Today's sponsor is Chi Fuel. Don't forget to get your Chi Fuel. There's a link down below. And plus, there's a 10% coupon for your first order of Chi Fuel. Get yours today. So, this is episode 2 of my podcast. This is Gamer Talk 778. I'd like to say thank you guys for the last reviews on my last podcast. This is my second podcast, episode 2. And only reason I was MIA for a long time, about like a month and a half. I was very busy with work, and I also got me a second job. So I got help out with my family. I can't afford to quit. I wish I could, so I could do YouTube full time. So yeah, so life goes on. I also want to say thank you guys for the support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, come more updates. So this is episode 2 of Gamer Talk 778. And today we're going to talk about the failure of the Saint Row Reboot. Now, those who have played the first original, have played the Saint Row Reboot, I also want to say, all you fanboys out there say Saint Row Reboot, was it a terrible game? It was. The game was so terrible, the creators of Saint Row Reboot went on Twitter and what's it say? Whoever they wrote on Twitter was what's it say? It ended very bad for them. Whereas Activision had no choice but to shut down because it was the way they talk to their fans online, and plus the game was a complete dog shit. Don't get me wrong, the story was okay, but it wasn't great. Even though the story setting was like a part, like it would kind of remind you of Vegas with the casinos, but the game was, when it first launched, I thought it was bringing back the original Saint Row. When I mean the original Saint Row, I talk about with Shiny Gat, Dex, Shootier, Troy. I thought it was bringing them back as like remastered. That's what they should have done instead of the reboot. But I guess the reboot was been someone idea, or they thought the reboot will be the next installment for the GTA. Not GTA. Well, the next in the Saint Row trilogy. The game came out back in 2022, so about 4 years. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Yep, about 4 years. Is the game had really bad reviews first launch. I mean, on Steam it's a 6 out of 10. IGN is a 6 out of 10. When I first played the first Saint Row, the game, the first original Saint Row came out when Xbox 360s was still out. The first Saint Row and Saint Row 2 was the only two Saint Row games was really great. The front one's okay, and then they decided to do Shiny Gat Goes to Hell, and everything just went down, was spiraling out of control. Don't get me wrong, I had played Saint Row. Uh, Sadly, whoever person created Saint Row Rebooted, or the new Saint Row, it was complete. It was nothing I was hoping for. It started as a story line. What gangsters were about rent and college loans. Seriously? Then you had the two rival gangs literally living under one roof. One of us watched the video on YouTube it's like more like a comedy than an action adventure game to me. You got two rival games. You got a card game and like a techno techno game. Now this the other game I forgot what the name. It's like in Spanish, but one of the main antagonists, female best friend, they more like a card game. They steal cards and take it to like shops and in other words, this is like another card game. And you got the techno game. I forget what they call it, the anarchies. The anarchists. They ideal is supposed to like create chaos, okay? But they also follow parties. Then you got the kid named guy named Kevin. He supposed to be like Shiny Gat. Now, if you know Shiny Gat, he's an Asian guy with glasses, and he had like the bottom part of his hair is black, but the top part of his hair is white. So Shiny Gat, he's like a sugar happy psycho, and this guy named Kevin supposed to be Shiny Gat. No, I mean if it was just a terrible idea that they had the guy named Kevin to be posing as Shiny Gat. Shiny Gat's a psycho. He Shiny Gat like violence. That's all he is. He's a psychopath who likes violence, but he's a good character. So when I first saw the game and watched the whole uh, gameplay of it on YouTube, it was like, what? I mean, this game, Saint Row Rebooted, was just a terrible idea, terrible game. The storyline was okay. The characters was were like college kids. Doesn't look like to me. It was just like about college kids who were what about loans and rent and stuff. And the character you play as, who you customize, got fired from like a Mustang group, and that's what made him or her, with the depends what character you make, decided to start their own game, their own safe road game for the ground up. Now, only person I do appreciate was a real gangster was Roddy. Roddy was like another main antagonist. You know, the beginning of the game, you supposed to arrest him, which you did arrest him. Then you ended up breaking him out. He was on the real gangster of all of them. The real gangster, gangster of all of them. Not some college kids. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I mean, I was, I don't know who was the person who came up with the Saint Row rebooted. They just stuck to the original Saint Row and made the first two Saint Row 1 and Saint Row 2 remastered. That's it. But sadly, the company named Activision, I don't, let me look it up on my phone. So, it was published by VOLITION, published by Deep Silver. I think it's Activision, not Activision, Activision. I think that's the name of the company. Now I could be wrong, but there's a point the game was just plain terrible. I know many people out there saying, "Oh, the game's a good game." Well, okay, maybe to you, but to some of us who grew up playing the original Saint Row and Saint Row 2, I thought they would do like a remaster, but I was wrong. But they just showed that. I hope another video game company decide to do a remastered Saint Row, the first and the second one, but not this a rebooted one. No, no, that was the game was so terrible. It freezes. The storyline was just plain ridiculous. It was just goofy, too goofy. It was not enough action, but it was just all comedy. Now you played the first two Saint Rows. It was all act. It was like level like more action than comedy. Because there was gangsters, there was tough. You got Saint Row, and you got the Los Canadas, the Rollers, the Vice Kings, and what was that? The fight in the fight in the yeah the fight. Hold on, it was the Vice Kings. There's the other enemy gangs that Saint Row one. You got Vice Kings, Los Canadas, and the Rollers. Those were the only three gangs was the enemies of the Saint Row. It was kind of shame. Another great game of Saint Row is collecting dust right now. Instead of being rebooted or remastered, they decided to come out with the rebooted Saint Row, the other date Saint Row of 2022, which is kind of sad for the younger generation of gamers. Don't know what Saint Row is. Only thing they're gonna play is the rebooting, but not the original OG Saint Row. It's just a terrible game, and I know I spent almost a half a minute explaining why the game so terrible. It's just garbage, straight up garbage. So I like to say I'm gonna end this little podcast for now. This is my podcast of with my opinions of the Saint Row rebooted. Next week I will do the top 5 worst anime series. Those are I will recommend if you want to watch it or not. So this will be the next week. It will be the top 5 worst anime, episode 3. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon more days. We hit the bell icon, it will notify you for more videos like this in the future. This is Gamer Talk 778. Don't forget to hit the link down below of my Cheer Fuel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Take care.